What's up? Bring it in. Bring it in. We'll let a little time pass before before I get into it. Yeah. I hope everybody Christmas was what it's supposed to be, or everybody holiday season was what it's supposed to be. Whatever you celebrate. I hope it was festive, and I hope it was what you expected, or if not, back to the drawing board. Hopefully the new year bringing the change that you want, because I'm looking for the change that I'm planning, that I've been making plans for. So it is what it is. But we'll get into it. Point blank, bottom line. Tariq Nasheed is not my leader. He is not the leader of the FBA, and it needs to be said, it needs to be addressed. FBA is Foundational Black American. Exactly what it says. Foundational Black American. I'm gonna be like Dr. Umar. Shouts out to Dr. Umar. Foundational Black American. Your peoples is from America, from either slavery and goes back to the indigenous people who have been in this country since this country was even thought about being a country. You got some people who've come here from the basis of being here, from, just think about it. Everywhere anybody discovered, someone always been there. There's been indigenous people. We could trace our roots way back before America was formed, during the forming of America, and also when America turned its back on us, we were still here. We fought for what we fought for, and we lived and we survived throughout every inch of turmoil. Now, to say someone is disrespecting our lineage, the lineage is our history. We made the protocol of what was cool because of the way we was treated. We was treated so bad that we had to reverse the way that we was feeling, or the way we was treated, to turn that into something cool, to something live, to something that's means something. In that form, we created a plethora of music, culture. We created a way of talking, a way of walking, a way of being, to the point where the younger generation of our oppressors, and also the other black individual or the other black groups, they mimicked, they liked, they got in touch with our struggle, our pain. But it was always said in a lot of the groups behind closed doors, we were talked about in a certain way, regardless if we was being admired, mimicked. We were still talked about in a certain way that was, we were lazy. We didn't care about our future. We don't communicate. And you have a person and a group of individuals that come up with different ways to describe our people. since they was describing us, we're going to describe ourselves. We're going to let you know and continue to let you know, because we've been letting you know what was cool, what was this, what was that. Now we letting y'all know that the way we're being treated is a no. It's a no. You got to understand. You got to understand that we as a people, we as a group, we as a nationality, a lineage, we hold what we created sacred. We love the way other nationalities, other races in touch with our culture, but set it no apart. Just get the record straight. Don't feel like you owe us any type of gratitude, servitude, or pretty much we understand what's going on and we ain't having it no more. Straight up. Somebody like Tariq Nasheed, he make a lot of good points and he calling out a lot of BS. And why not find out where you from, where your grandma from, so that we can delineate who is who have the audacity to try to talk down on us, talk about us. Why not? Why not agree with that and it's benefiting the cause of our people? You don't I don't agree with everything that Tariq Nasheed says, does. I agree with a lot of Dr. Umar points, but I'm not going to say that I'm a Pan-Africanist, but I got Pan-African views because at the end of the day, we all one, but we have to, only way we go really stick together and grow as a people is separating ourselves, and you guys still have to come and vibe with us because we still vibe with y'all and y'all culture. I could give details on how I learned what I learned about different cultures being from Miami. Now, being from Miami have a different story in this FBA lineage. And it's like this. If you from Miami and you are an FBA, that means that your people come from Georgia. Your people come from Alabama. Your people come from Mississippi. Your people come from pretty much those areas and Carolinas. Can't forget the Carolinas. Pretty much those areas there. Not a lot from a lot of other places from the original Miami people because you will want to move up north, not south. So being from Miami and being in the location that Miami is, the foundational Black Americans had assistance from the Bahamians in the early time of development in Miami. But before then, the indigenous people were there. Of course, it was a lot of different people. But to bring the content forward in my generation, I'm an OG as you see my grades. So I grew up in the 80s. So some of my first memories of Miami is hearing about the Cubans. And then I remember my first Haitian buddy, and it was two. It was two. They were brothers, Raymond and Emmanuel Augusta. And I didn't understand what they were saying really. I didn't know where they was from. So I asked him, is he from British? He didn't really understand English. So he just shook his head, yeah. And they always was clean, fars, and every time when they come to church, they have on their best clothes. And in the schools and in the neighborhoods, we pretty much, the American kids didn't pretty much like the Haitian kids because they was different from us, and that just was mainly a lot of teasing. It was a lot of teasing, and we we got into a lot of skirmishes, a lot of fights, and that was in the 80s, from like the 80s to the 90s. So the Haitian population, they delineated from the Americans in Miami, and they got together with their groups and they got strong and they united, and they have a reputation of being hardworking people. But in the hood, each Haitian go break down the story of the Haitians in Miami. They go tell them in the 80s, the Americans, they didn't rock with the Haitians. They talked about them, they jumped them, and the Haitians got together and got strong and then gained their unity. So pretty much that's what FBA is doing. We backing up from everybody else and getting strong. So then we could be able to have what's ours in this country that we set the foundation for. So what you think, what's your take on that?